Did you know he had a firearm?
I did.
So super weird on his part to have kitted up.
In my opinion, yes, especially because he didn't have ammo. I think if I hear a noise in the house, I'm probably gonna lock my door and hide or something. I don't know, we're just going to investigate. Like, it's your own house. It was like noon, whatever.
If you had to bluff a person, would you rather bluff them with an
No, because if someone's actually, I don't know, because if someone's actually...
It's like if somebody kicked in your door, like a criminal kicked in your door to get into your house. If you could choose a gun with no ammo or nothing, wouldn't you prefer to have a gun? Wouldn't that trick them?
Yeah, I guess, but I don't know.
So
it was just weird to watch.
So I didn't stand a reason then that if he had a rifle, he thought that there was a possibility if something was wrong, even if there was no ammo, that would be a great deterrent if somebody saw that he had an AR-15.
I guess, but he lives like 30 minutes out in the fields, like no one was there.
You know, that's where criminals hit most, is in rural areas.
How did you know that?
Because I live in a rural area. But yes, they do hit often in rural areas because of police response time.
It was weird to see.
When you say weird, did you get the ick?
Yeah.
You know, you can never really win with these types of women. They wonder why men aren't approaching.
I just saw this Reddit post that was posted by Reddit Stories, but it's r/off my chest. I proposed to my girlfriend of 10 years yesterday, and she said no because I took too long. And then read this. I was so excited, I proposed. I handed her the ring, and she looked like she was going to cry. Then she said, sorry, I don't think we should get married, and I asked her why, and she said something along the lines of, quote, I'll always be the girl that you took a decade to decide if I was wifey material. I don't know how to be happy with that reality. And I was ready to just like shield my eyes and cringe at the comment section. But everybody there understood. Because obviously after 10 years, you know, she would have been giving him hints. She would have been asking, when is this going to happen? Do you even want to get married? Is there something wrong with me? And she was probably hanging on, desperate to try to make it work because she had sacrificed so much time and years of her life as a young woman. And then to actually see this man kneel down in front of her and be hit with this reality and be like, oh my gosh, this is what I waited for 10 years. I don't know if this is right. Like, it makes total sense.
Gotta get it together, dude. Gotta get it together.
Your wife told the truth anonymously. There's a writer named Ayala. She runs the biggest anonymous relationship polls on the internet. Tens of thousands of respondents. Brutal questions women won't answer publicly. The data's staggering. Her polls keep landing on the same truth. What women say about their marriages and what they admit anonymously are not the same thing. The gap is enormous and growing. I've watched the offline version of this for 25 years. The wife who said she was just tired had decided to leave 18 months ago. The wife who said the marriage was in a rough patch already had a boyfriend. The data Ayala collects anonymously is the same data sitting at your kitchen table. Your wife just hasn't said it out loud yet. She isn't lying. You're just not the person she answers honestly. If you're feeling this gap, DM me consult.
What do you need from a man financially?
For him to hold it down.
What does that mean?
So what that means is, you know, as a woman, and
put a dollar value on it. Don't give me the yearbook answer.
At least a minimum of 6 figures. Minimum.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
I laugh, man, because I'm trying to keep it light, but
50K, 60K don't exist. Even 80, 90K. If he was making $99,000 a year, not good enough. At least a minimum of 6 figures. A minimum.
For the boss, I could do everything by myself, that hyper independent. And I'm 31 now, and I still don't have kids. I still don't have a family. I was focused on
being stupid.
Trying to get after the bag and all this. Yo, what? I'm in a place now in my life where I'm reevaluating everything. My values, my perspectives, what I really want in the future. And what I really want is a family.
You're not reevaluating anything. You already knew what you wanted. You knew what you wanted in the beginning, but you allowed society and people to distract you. And now you're regretting it because now you have to play catch up. That's what you get for being a strong, independent woman.
I honestly don't care if this is gonna come across as pick me girl. I'm telling you, stop listening to these dating coaches online. Most of these women are side chicks or escorts. And if you listen to these women with fully developed frontal lobe, you're gonna just laugh at this stupidity. These women are not giving you dating or relationship advices or even teaching you how to love better and how to be a better lover. They're simply teaching you how to manipulate someone into falling in love with you. And if you have to manipulate someone into falling in love with you, that's not love. That's manipulation, and that's wrong.
I quit at being independent. I don't want to do this more. This is draining. I'm so ready to have a man come into my life and take care of me. My tires pop. 2 of my tires pop. And I'm sitting in my car because I don't know what the f- to do. Obviously, I know what the fuck to do, but I don't want to do this more. Like, I'm ready to have someone come into my life and take care of me. This shit's so draining. This independent life, like, I don't want to do this more. I quit. Because every time something happens, I always have to figure it out on my own. And I don't want to do that shit. Yeah. Y ya renuncio, ya no quiero ser independiente, ya. I want to be spoiled and taken care of.
You can't quit in the middle of the race. You're going to have to finish it. And this is what strong, independent women don't understand. A man's not coming to save you because you got yourself into this position. That's too.
Okay, he's a 10, but he doesn't know how to dunk. I say he's a 5. Okay, he's a 7, but he doesn't know how to cook a gourmet meal like Gordon Ramsay. That's an automatic 2. Okay, he's a 9, but he can't swim in lava. Weakling. That's a 4 right there. I need me a strong man. Yes, sir. Okay, he's an 8, but he can't jump out of a plane without breaking any bones. Men these days, they just don't make them like they used to. It's sad. It's sad. They're just soft. I give that a 3. Okay. Okay, he's a 10. But he needs oxygen to breathe. He's a 1. I need my man to be able to go to the moon and back with 1 breath. You hear me? Okay, he's a 8, but he can't fly. 0. You want to try to cuff me and you ain't got no powers? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you ain't Spider-Man or Superman, you cannot touch me. No. Like, come on. What do you think this is?
I like different taste in women. We might like different clothes, shoes. We might rep different gangs. We might do everything under the sun differently. But one thing all men can agree on in 2026 is you are the problem. And we came to an understanding, and we can lock arms on that one. We can lock arms on that one. All men in the world that are separated and going against each other, one thing we can all come together and lock arms and say and agree on is you are the problem. For sure.
Saying, like, why is your guard up with me? And I'm treating you way better than how he was.
Because she don't trust him.
I believe that from experience, the shittier I am to a woman,
the more you get.
The more I get. Like when I'm shitty, when I'm on some less texting, on some I'll wait 2 days, hit you up randomly when I want to hit you up.
Yeah.
You're quick to schedule a date with me. You quick to, hey, I got something planned for us to do. Hey, I got you something. Rather than me give you up my all, like, let me do all of this stuff. And then you the one pulling back. You the one like, so I can get where he was coming from when he was like, you acting broke with me. You got your guard up with me, but you already told me about this nigga. He treating you like this. He's saying this online about you. But I'll never do that to you. You know I won't do that to you.
I think that you should really invest in deodorant because it definitely helps. Even if you are clean, even if you do shower, sometimes people just need it. Or maybe some perfume. I know I would rather smell my perfume, but it is overpowering and I don't like it personally.
Like, you don't like smelling yourself?
It smells like you went to the gym and then you didn't take a shower after.
That's weird. Modern women telling men that they need to have some emotional intelligence to be able to read the room. But it don't seem like they're exhibiting that right here. Is that accountability I see out there? Modern women logic.
If you're waiting on him to approach you, you might be waiting there forever. Here's why. It takes 27 cues for you to give a man, for him to understand you are interested in him. The man does not understand that you just gave him eye contact and that you are interested in him and want him to come talk to you. He might think you're looking for the waiter or you're looking around for your boyfriend. Here's what you need to do. When you see a guy, first, you want to give the eye contact 3 seconds at least. Then, whenever you turn around again, you want to give him the eye contact with a nice little smile. Then number 3, this is the last one, and I guarantee you he will definitely come approach you. When you give him the last look, you want to stare at him, give him a smile, and then wave. Or you can wave him over like this. He's going to understand, oh, she's looking at me. And it's really hard out there for men nowadays because women are constantly bashing them and making them seem like freaks and perverts all the time. So a lot of men don't feel comfortable approaching women, especially at the gym or even at the bar or at a restaurant. So you got to be a little bit more open. Definitely take the lead on this one. And then when he comes and approaches you and talks with you, let him take the lead.
And modern women, they try to get the drama to work for them. I'm trying to get it to work in my favor. That's all I'm trying to do. I like this guy. And so I really like the mystery. I like the fact that, and this is a lot of these modern women who are boss babes, especially the boss, they like this type of stuff. At some point in time, they're going to get tired of it, but they like it. Oh, he gives me a challenge. He doesn't let me go on my stuff. You know, he gives me crap, but at the end of the day, I know that he loves me, right? That's that's different from somebody holding you accountable and saying, hey, now listen, you know, you said you wanted to work out, but here we are at Starbucks again for the second time today, and you getting 3 extra pumps of sugar. You're not even getting the sugar-free version. Like you got extra caramel drizzle. Hey, I'm not trying to be on your case about it, but I thought that's what we were doing. That's different. That's different from, yo, you got a fat A, and you know, ain't nobody gonna like you, and I can't be with a girl like that. A high value man, a man with so much money, I can't be with a girl like that. Ooh, it's just something about him. He knows his worth. What? What? So the man that was nice to you, but was firm and was pushing you, that's not the man that you want. But the man that call you all out your name and insult you, that's the one that you're looking for?
Right, for sure. I don't trick, I treat. Y'all, peep game. Peep game. I don't trick, I treat. And all that means is I'm not going to trick on you, but I will treat you like a lady. Yeah. I will treat you. I will take you on a date. I will court you. I will open the door. I'll make sure that you're not on the street side when we walking down the street. I'll make sure you got a coat on your shoulders when it's snowing. You know, those are all things that a real man, those are the things that matter. Yeah. Right? For sure. And then all the other stuff just fall into place. You never have to worry about picking up a tab or a bill or nothing like that.
I genuinely do not understand some women, and the way in which they seem to think absolutely baffles me. Perhaps they have difficulties in communication, which is ironic considering that a lot of women say that women are best at communication, but it really seems that some out there have this rather large difficulty in using these very simple, very easy to use things called words to actually communicate what they really mean. But here's a hint for you ladies that like this type of video and indeed make this type of video. If you don't want to pay, don't offer to pay. There, solve that little problem for you. Because most men are going to take you at your word that you have no problem at all paying for whatever activity it is you are engaging in. But most importantly, ladies, men are not mind readers. If you want them to know what you mean, you have to say it.
If you're a person who dates women, whether you're a straight man or a lesbian or bisexual or whomever, if you're a person who dates women and you don't date women, that's fine. You can date or not date whomever you like.
Well then, I suppose a lot of you, like me, were wondering what exactly was the point of making this video, if it's okay for people to date whoever they want to date. Because, well, we know that anyway.
But if you date women and you would never date a woman under any circumstances, you are just misogynistic, and there's not much use pretending otherwise.
And there we have it. I would like to say, however, that I'm inclined to disagree. I would also like to point out that a person can put whatever label they want on another person's dating preferences. However, that is not going to make most reasonable and rational people all of a sudden decide they're wanting to change their dating preferences just because you called them names. But I would like to also make mention that why don't we ever hear these conversations about women dating men? There's no big push for women to date people they don't want to date, but it's all about men needing to date people that they're not attracted to. Why is that?
I think men these days are not as willing to be rejected or take a risk. Men aren't really approaching.
I hear this from women.
Men are not interested anymore. You notice there's not videos of men like begging, wondering where all the women are. No, it's men aren't really that interested in dating and approaching women anymore. They're just hanging out with the bros, getting drunk, having fun, going back home, beating their meat, and continuing on to another day. But what's so crazy is that y'all keep asking, like, why are men not approaching? But then all you do is want to insult them for not approaching. It's like, they could be minding their own business, and y'all are insulting them because they're not making y'all the center of attention. That's wild to me. That, you know, y'all said, hey, guys, we don't be so lustful. Men are like, men told men, stop being lustful. All right, cool. Men got the word. Men stop being lustful. They're just cool. They were just hanging out doing their thing. Now it's like, where's all the men at? A lot of y'all got the attention you were getting because men were being lustful. Men are not being lustful, and y'all are like, but where aren't they approaching us anymore? But you notice, it ain't men going, where's all the at? We see where y'all are at. We know y'all are at. And shockingly, rates are sky high. Who are y'all if the men aren't approaching, who are y'all to keep spreading?
Not all men. Oh, yippee. Another false equivalence analogy that is going to try to be used to justify why some women and men dislike all men. So let's hear it.
But if I gave you a box of Whoppers and I told you that 1 out of every 10 of them was actually a piece of human rolled into a ball and dipped in chocolate, you'd be wary of all of them. Would you not? That's what I thought.
What a lovely thought that must have been. However, there is another thought that I would like to point out that I'm sure didn't occur to a great many of you that happen to agree with that video and its particular analogy. By agreeing with statements like that, essentially there's a great many of you promoting prejudice and possible discrimination against entire groups of people. Reason being, you are using the actions of some members of that group to justify your wariness or prejudice against the entire group of people. Might I point out, a great many of you wouldn't like that if it was based on skin color, or if that argument was used against women, because I might add there are a lot of women that commit very horrendous crimes. Ironically, it's not usually given as much attention.
If a man ever brags that they do not chase women, they brag that they're not going to go out of their way for a woman, you, like men, you want to be a princess, you want a man to chase you, they haven't admitted to themselves that they are like actually okay.
If a man brags that he doesn't chase women, it's because he has self-respect and standards. And he's probably made the mistake of chasing a woman in his past, which he lived to regret. He's probably a little bit older and he's really happy in his life with his hobbies, his work, and his friends. Which makes him very smart because he's not going to just rush into anything. But he's not. Like, of course, if a woman comes into his life that he is interested in, he's going to do a little bit of effort, but then he's going to wait to see if she gives effort back. And then he continues that cycle while getting to know her. But if he's really smart, he's going to do his research. He'll check out her socials, he'll probably Google her, and then he'll do something that I think every smart man should do before investing in a woman, which is running a public data check on a trusted website like publicdatacheck.com. It can save you guys a lot of hassle.
I just had 5 grown men walk by, able-bodied men walk by as I struggle and help this poor mother with 3 children carry her stroller down the stairs. They just looked and kept walking. I'm literally like dropping my umbrella and everything. They just keep on walking.
Exactly 3 videos before this one was a news story about how a man that was a security guard was by a sidewalk by a bus station. That security guard saved a woman's life that was not paying attention. She was looking at her phone and about to cross the street right in front of a bus. In the video, you see this man reach out and grab her back with one hand onto the sidewalk, and then he uses his other hand to help keep her standing, but she ends up kind of crashing down to the floor anyways. This woman ended up pressing charges on this man for grabbing her the way that he did. And what was honestly up for debate, according to this woman and some people that were supporting her, was that that man should have asked for consent, that he shouldn't have touched her. So yeah, that's why. That's why a man is not going to handle your bags, and especially anything to do with a child, even if the child is not in the stroller. He doesn't want anything that could come back and fall back on him. It's women screaming for equality and trying to get men in trouble for basically just doing the things that they've always wanted to do, genuinely. That's the problem.
So can we normalize you letting me borrow your husband, and not in that way, you freaking weirdos, but like in the way where you both come over and he he helps, hang my TV and lift all the heavy things. And we drink wine at the same time. And I'll make you both dinner. And he can have a beer at the same time too. Like it's a win-win-win-win. But I need to borrow your husband.
This is absolutely the result of men leaving the friend zone, which is becoming so widespread that here we see a woman coming online asking other women if she can borrow their husbands. It's called a handyman. You Google somebody locally, you call that number, and then guess what? You have to pay for it. Because trust me, no husband wants to spend hours at your house, even if his wife is there, to fix things for you and then get just a beer and some food out of it. That man would much rather just stop for some takeout food on the way home from work and then actually be able to sit down for an hour, which is honestly all he wants because these husbands out here are tired. Lastly, could you imagine a man coming on here making a video and talking about how he wants to borrow your wife in order to do wifey things like cleaning and cooking and doing laundry? No, he would be canceled so quickly and he would be kicked off of social media. But that doesn't happen when a woman makes that video because of the double standard.
And let me say this to my young brother, because he's like, I trick, I don't treat. I see what you're saying, but these modern women want a trick and the treat. They want the treat from the trick. And guess who that trick is? It's gonna be you. It's gonna be you. But a lot of modern women are saying, a lot of men are saying, because these modern women are acting this way, I see what you want. I keep on saying, I'll treat you. Hey, I'll be chivalrous to you. I'll be generous. I'm a nice man. I'm a nice guy. But modern women don't want that. Modern women want a problem. They keep on going for the man that don't want them. The man that's going to dog them out. So they don't want either. They don't want a trick. They want a trick when the man that's dogging them out don't want them. And they still need that validation. So I'll go and get a treat from the trick. But when that man that I want stops dogging me out for even 2 seconds, I'm going to leave that trick and go try to get it all up in his face. He going to pump and dump me and send me back to the trick.
Oh, and you said, get the up out my comments. Y'all slick trying to pick up these roses in my comments. Like, this is what they be saying. Oh, you just need to buy these women and stop asking questions. And these roses is liking this comment and writing under it, that's a man, that's a real man, that's a king. That's a dickhead. Shut up. Then I clicked the profile. He looks like Rick Ross when he used to work for corrections before he got money. What are y'all talking about? That's how y'all end up with them ugly ass baby fathers, always chasing the money. As you talk about that said buy you something and y'all was just ready to. And I be on TikTok looking at these Diddy and R. Kelly. These be in the comments like, oh, they was with the wrong, because for the right amount of money, I would have kept my mouth shut. That's why I don't take y'all serious. The that really be going through, that be getting by men, they never get through because you guys like y'all up here just trying to with anybody just because they giving y'all some money. Y'all mothers never told y'all don't talk to strangers. Y'all's one of them that go up to them vans that say we got candy. Stupid.
Alex Cooper got rich poisoning the dating pool. For 6 years, she ran the biggest podcast in the country, telling young women that hookup culture is freedom, that men are disposable, that marriage is the cage, that settling down is losing. She didn't just have opinions, she built a movement. Millions of girls in their 20s grew up on her voice in their headphones. And it worked. Marriage rates are collapsing. Dating apps are a war zone. A whole generation of men and women can't find each other. Alex helped build that, and she got paid every time another young woman tuned in. And now look at the photo. She's pregnant, married, glowing on a magazine cover with her husband. She got the family, the baby, the exact life she spent 6 years telling other women they didn't need. And the woman in this tweet just admitted the whole game. She called it the feminist dream. Burn through men in your 20s, cash in a husband in your 30s. Alex sold the culture. She didn't live it. She got rich pointing other women toward a future she would never accept for herself. And the daughters watching her right now, they're the ones who'll pay for it. If you're watching the culture around you go sideways and you can feel it in your own marriage, drop me a DM. I do one-on-one confidential sessions about your specific situation.
When a man is constantly needing to sleep with women to the point where it's like an addiction,
The truth is, that's what it is. Because he can sleep with hundreds of women. He will never be satisfied. What he's actually dealing with is a deep mother wound, because the mother is the source of love. And so when a little boy did not receive the fullness of that care and love from his mother, when he didn't receive the fullness of the love from the feminine, he will spend an entire lifetime looking for it in a woman. And only when he heals, only when he comes back to his heart, only when he finally realizes that his entire life he hasn't been looking for a woman. He's actually been looking for the one thing he never received. He's been looking for his mother's love. And then and only then will he ever be able to give himself to just one woman.
I've seen a lot of videos of women in their 30s and 40s exclaiming that men in their 20s are trying to date them. No, they're not. They are trying to hook up with you. And before you try to convince yourself that you're okay with that, are you really? Or are you just brainwashed into believing that promiscuity is empowering? And if you want a husband, what kind of husband do you want? Do you want a husband that is going out and sleeping with 20-year-old girls? Or do you want a disciplined man? Do you want a husband that is honest, virtuous, kind, compassionate, loyal? Because I know that if I want to attract that kind of man, I need to be that kind of woman.
Okay, here's where I call on feminists. You guys want to be treated equal? Okay, how about men go to you and say, you need to make 6 or 7 figures? That is crazy and extremely unattainable for most women. Second of all, say you're a guy and you don't come from money and you spend all your time, all the best years of your life. You're going to school, you're hustling, you're finally making 6, 7 figures. I'm sorry, what are you going to want to do? You're going to want to run around, have fun because you deserve it. Get your sucked by every hot girl in sight, which I am absolutely not throwing shade as female. I completely understand that. And it's like, yeah, and then what? You're gonna go settle down with a 5? Yeah, even if you are gonna settle, that's gonna be a solid 10. I don't even understand. I'm a woman and I understand this. I don't understand how others can't. It's like, come on, dude. He put in the work. He deserves it. You don't.
So women have been specifically approaching my boyfriend and bringing up me in order to start a conversation with him. Basically just saying like, hey, you know, we see you in a relationship. We see you posted your girlfriend, like, tell us more. They're like, they're seemingly interested about our relationship. And I feel like over the last couple months, he consistently tells me that this is how women are sparking conversations with him. So I'm coming to y'all to ask y'all if me telling him in response to that, like, I genuinely think that there are some women who are super excited about your relationship. They just want to like be as excited as he is. But there also are some women who ask the question to gauge how serious he is about the relationship or gauge, you know, whether they can pierce the veil of the relationship. Because sometimes when men get into relationships and women may either hold that man to a certain standard or sometimes they feel like that man should be with certain women, they will use themselves as a marker on whether or not they find that relationship valuable or try to see if, you know, the door is still open and if there's still a way in for them. And so I was telling him basically like, just be, you know, like just be aware that sometimes that conversation is not coming up in good intention. So you just have to be aware that, you know, as you're speaking about me and you're telling them and you're excited, like everyone's intentions aren't always pure. And so I'm just wondering if I'm completely left field with that and I'm just saying that and I'm crazy, or have you guys seen, heard, and understood that this is something that people do?
I just had 5 grown men walk by, able-bodied men walk by as I struggle to like carry all of my and help this poor mother with 3 children carry her stroller down the stairs.
Well, contrary to what was written across that screen, I don't believe that there's anything at all wrong with most men. In fact, especially if a person pays attention to what some women post on social media, those gentlemen were doing exactly what a lot of those women have been asking men to do. Leave them alone. Don't approach them, and certainly don't talk to them. So why exactly would they be inclined to help some woman that they don't know, not knowing how exactly she's going to react to having those men approach her?
They just looked and kept walking. I'm literally like dropping my umbrella and everything. They just keep on walking.
And I cannot blame them for that, because they have no way of knowing how a strange woman would react to being approached by a strange man. Honestly, it's best that they just played it safe and kept their distance. But a lot of women really want to be treated as equals until they're treated the same way that a lot of men are.
Crack! Hit! Crush! Smash! Why are you always obsessed with being against women? Like, why can't you even make love? Hold. Care. Everything is related to with y'all.
Who gonna tell her? You know what, I'm gonna tell her, since y'all scared to tell her. Lady, men don't talk about smashing their wives. Men don't talk about crushing their fiancés. Men don't talk about cracking their girlfriends who they consider to be wifey. Men only say stuff like that when they're talking about women they don't know anything about, women they don't take seriously, or hoes, throwaways, toss-ups, smash and grabs, one-hitter quitters. That's the language they use for those women. So this doesn't have anything to do with. It's just slang. It's the same way we make up words for everything else. The real thing of importance you want to pay attention to is who are they talking about when they are using these words. So if you only hear the men around you and your friends referencing you girls like that, either those men don't know a lot about you, they don't take y'all seriously, or they think y'all some hoes. I hope it's the first one, but I don't really know. I'm just telling you what the possibilities are here.
I don't care how petty this sounds, and I don't care what y'all think.
You may have missed it, but in the top left-hand corner it said, men who know this secret
always
get the woman they want. What possibly could this missing key to Pandora's box be?
If you've been trying to get this girl and nothing else works, start manifesting her.
They say don't ask a fish how to catch other fish, and I think
I know why now.
It was set up to be the method
Above all methods.
the golden ticket.
The one to set us all free. And the whole time, it was just manifestation. It was simply just, hey, have you tried writing her name in a book
a few times a day?
Oh my God. Since when did manifestation receive such a buff?
When did manifestation become stronger than mobs'
Telekinetic powers.
Just know what you're up against when you deal with a lot of these modern women.
I tell people before, they're like, oh, you hate all men. I'm like, I've never said that, but if the shoe fits, wear it. I don't give a But also, like, yeah, don't you? Haven't you ever spent time with one? They're f***ing awful. Like, have you ever seen a group of guys out, like all straight dudes, and they're all laughing? Have you ever been like, God, I wonder what they're laughing at? No. When they're laughing, I'm going, what the f- are they doing? Something bad, probably. I'm like,
they probably just hit a woman.
They're probably high-fiving over a slur.
I wonder if you said, every time I see a bunch of women laughing, I think they're up to no good. They're either cheating, they're on their phone doing something scandalous, they're disrespecting men, they're trying to figure out how to take advantage of men. How do you think that Drew Afwalo and her friends would receive that information? You would be labeled a misogynist, you would be labeled a sexist, all the labels would come out.
And you know, these modern women, they just, they go do anything and everything, right? They don't care anything about your relationship. Well, why would I care about that? You've already vetted him. I want what's yours. And I'm going to get what's yours. So, I mean, that's it. That's the end of it. And modern women and a lot of these women are starting to see what these ladies are doing. They're starting to see how these ladies act. I mean, you know, maybe I don't really understand what happened in the case of Shira 7. But I think they were saying, and maybe somebody can verify it, she was a side chick before she was actually that man's husband. You know, I mean, well, he was leaving her or he was on the way out. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, I get it. I mean, maybe you could have waited. But these modern women don't wait. They don't care to wait. I want what I want. And I'm going to get what I want. You did all of the work. I mean, they're doing the same thing to a man that they do to a woman. So it's no different. They treat everybody the same. It's all about me. It's all about what I want when I want it. And I'm just getting, it's not even crafty. I'm just getting bold with it. Hey, are y'all doing okay? We're on the rocks. Okay, I like you. Hit me up. Take my Instagram. We're just friends right now. I thought they call that orbiting. I thought they said that men were doing that in the friend zone. But I guess women are there too. Women are literally intentionally voluntarily putting themselves in the friend zone. You're not even his friend, actually. You're in an acquaintance zone, hoping that this man breaks up with his girlfriend.
Excuse me? Do you come here often, or?
Come here at a gym. Come here often.
Anyways.
Good try. Good try. Don't ever use that again, though.
This is literally 99% of people's nightmare scenario. He didn't say anything wrong. He's getting laughed at and humiliated in public. But for him, this is actually a good thing for a few reasons. I'm not saying these women's actions were correct. They probably weren't. But what I'm saying is they did him a favor. First of all, he knows these are two people he does not want to be friends with. He does not want to be close with in any way because they're very mean to him. These are people you probably don't want in your life if they're just laughing at random strangers. The second thing is this is like failure exposure therapy. This had to be so rough for him. This had to be so embarrassing that it really can't get any worse. So the next time he wants to approach a girl, go to a job interview, or do anything that might cause social anxiety, you can literally think, oh man, it's probably not going to be as bad as this one time. And if it is, I survived. I can deal with it. Failure can give you confidence in this way, knowing you can handle more than you thought you previously could. If you're scared to approach someone in real life because you're afraid of this type of reaction, just remember there is something for you to learn and grow. On top of that, everyone in the comments unanimously agrees that the women were the rude ones here. They were the people who were being weird in the story. It's embarrassing for them, not the guy or you who's going up to these people who have these weird, insane responses. Go out there and socialize. The best skill set you can build is the ability to talk to people. Whether it's to make friends, whether it's for sales, whether it's for a job interview, whether it's to get a girlfriend. Do it. It's something you're never going to regret building, and it's probably going to be one of the best journeys of your life.
Boy mom is why I don't have sympathy for a lot of stupid that women do. And this is a follow-up to the video I just made about the lady at work giving away her Valentine's Day flowers that was given to her from somebody she's dating. I see a lot of women trying to make excuses to myself. She was just spreading the love and she just... Stop. I'm a boy mom at the end of the day. Don't come over here if you don't want to be held accountable. Don't. I'm the first example of what a woman should be. That's what my son see. That's what my son see. I hold myself accountable and I self-reflect like a... all the time. I try to be everything I want my son to have in a woman and in a wife and in a mother. I remember it was a time when I was honest and I said I would never want my son to bring home a woman like me. Ever. Because that's how I was. You couldn't tell me I was never wrong. I didn't know how to compromise, didn't know how to communicate, and sure didn't know how to comprehend. Just filled with trauma. Up. And I think it's whack as hell that when women are behaving in a certain way, it's always, yeah, but, or trying to paint them into being a victim. If you wrong, you wrong. That's how my page is. That's how I roll. I'ma always just call it how I see it. And they know that about their mama. Mama gonna always keep it real. You understand what I'm saying? I thank God that I got the ability to also be able to look at everything from everybody's point of view and then come to my own conclusion. If it don't make sense, it don't make sense. That's just what it is across the board. It didn't make sense. I'm sorry. And being a boy mom, I always think about how would I feel if my son was treated in that way. I'm raising good young black men, God's will. How would I feel if a skank did something like that to my son? I would definitely tell my son, don't ever waste your time with that boy. Don't ever.
This episode is for women. I know it's so easy to feel discouraged by all of the unfair that we have to deal with when it comes to double standards, misogyny, power imbalances, all of that. There are hard times in life where obviously I could sit and think this would never happen to a man. If I had a like, would I be further? Would I be treated different? All of it. As women, we are up against the biggest uphill battle. We are not all of the things that a lot of men think we are and want us to be.
Your success comes from having a podcast where every single one of your guests is just someone talking about how much they want to cheat on their husband. You've demonstrated exactly why we're called the land of opportunity, because you used your opportunity to make a podcast for moms who accidentally burned the lasagna on a Sunday night because they were too busy fantasizing about cheating on their husband of 20 years with their Pilates instructor. And that's how you make money. More than 300 times the average man. More than 99% of the globe. So I'm not really understanding this angle that you people like to take as if you're being held down. If anything, I'd say it's quite the opposite. You're doing the bare minimum. So imagine what women who are actually talented could do. But word on the street is she has the most listened to podcast by women in the world. So if you genuinely take advice from people like this, who are the top 0.01% of the world, who are feeding you victimhood because they'll say anything to keep themselves at the top and keep you on depression pills. And they laugh in your face because you fall for it every time. If these are your idols, then maybe you can't handle success anyway.
Y'all, please stop letting hating men and women bully you out of finding and wanting to be with a rich man. There is literally no award for suffering. And being with a rich man is lit. Like, you're not stressed out. You can focus on yourself. You get to do one-in-a-lifetime experiences. And worst case scenario, if you get played, at least you get a good return on your investment. Like, I don't understand why you wouldn't.
I'm not throwing my self-esteem on the ground because a guy has money. A lot of these rich people are into some weird. And when you get into a relationship with them, they want to do a bunch of stuff to you. Like, have you guys seen Diddy? Huh? The that Cassie had to go through with that man and he had money? That's what some of y'all are gonna go through.
If you feel like the woman is letting herself go, ask yourself, am I loving her correctly to the point that she wants to show up as her best self? Sometimes it's not your man doing anything wrong. We deal with a lot of mental stuff. I need you to come and fight for me. Keep me safe from myself so much that I don't get to attack myself.
She said we gotta help her from fighting herself. So if you don't know what's wrong with you, how am I supposed to help you? Women need to wake up and at least hold themselves accountable. This experience that they speak of, that you're gonna just make them feel so magical when they don't know what's wrong with them, that you have to go find out what it is. So they're gonna blame you for everything. They want to be respected as adults but treated like children.
Specifically for the men, I just have a little question for you guys. It's a simple question, really.
Are any of you ready for a relationship?
I went on a date and it's like, it was good. And then yet, like, I'm just tired of, like, I don't know. The bill came. The bill didn't come. He asked for the bill. And in French, he said 2 bills. And then so they came. And I was like, if someone says, I want to take you out, then I want to be taken out, which means to me to pay and whatever. So we did that. I paid and it's fine. And then after I was honest and I just said it, like, I don't know. Cause I said like, yeah, I thought you were going to take me out. And like, to me, that means pay. When he was like, I don't understand what you mean. I was honest and like, whatever, what else do I have to lose? I just want to be honest because there's a way that I want to be treated. And like, I might as well just tell someone, like, what else do I have to lose? I don't know. And then like afterwards he was like, next time I'll pay. Like unprompted, he said that after we were having another conversation. I said, okay. And then he said, are you free this week? And I said, yeah. And then I texted him after and I'm like, I had a nice time, thanks. And then he read it and didn't respond. And it's like, okay, I don't know. Like, I'm just tired of, I'm happy I was honest. But like, I just like want a gentleman.
I got rejected from a guy yesterday because, I'll read the text real quick. I feel like you really have your stuff together and I'm not really there yet. My focus is just kind of elsewhere.
I'm not ready for a relationship. What do you mean you're not ready for a relationship? We met on a dating app!
Hey, if you aren't busy for the next, 70 years-ish, I'd love to spend them with you.
He yesterday asked me if I think men are smarter than women. Wrong guy to ask. So I said yes. She goes, and we were in a group of people. She goes, why? And I said, buckle up, sweetheart. But I love being a dude because we're so dumb, we're so stupid that we have to simplify to make sense in our brain and become smart. But you girls are so smart that you overcomplicate. You overthink it, you dig yourself into a hole and you become stupid. She goes, that doesn't make any sense. Give me an example. I couldn't say it, but her husband comes around from the side, RKO off the top rope, and goes, ladies and gentlemen, my wife. A simple answer from a man, overconfident.
It's complete and utter foolishness. I understand, man, you got to fight for your girl when she's not feeling the best, yada, 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 this and that. And like I said, protecting provider does not have it doesn't really have a job description. It's whatever I need you to be whenever I need you to be it. It's endless. Men can't come up to a woman and say, well, when does my job end? Well, it never ends. There's no scenario where you get to say, oh, well, this is the end of my capabilities. You can't say that. We're not going to let you say that. Absolutely not. This is just what it is for now. Right? Oh, and by the way, I need you to do this. And the list keeps going. They keep on adding stuff over and over again. And a man will start with 50 different things in a relationship. But I'll give it year 2 or 3, he'll probably have 200 or 300, 250 things on that list that he has to do. And these are regular things that he has to do weekly, not the ad hoc requests. Why would anybody want to be a part of that?